Hey, what's the word? So I've been playing Dragon Quest V lately, and something I never really considered is how weird it probably would be to meet a silent protagonist in real life. Say you're having a conversation with someone, you ask a question, and then while you're waiting for a response, they're just standing there, existing, until they eventually chime in with one or two lines that somehow speak volumes of their whole entire character, and then they don't say anything else until they get asked another question. Some may find having a silent protagonist antiquated in an age of fully voiced video games and characters defined by professional writers. It would be weird to give Ratchet a dialogue tree for what to say next rather than to play a cutscene of what he would do next. Hey, wait. But I'd argue that these types of characters are important for video game narratives, and deserve to stick around. Hear me out, this is why. Out of the major entertainment mediums, that being music, books, and movies, games have a distinct advantage over them. The advantage being interactivity. And tell me, what better way to engage your audience than giving them the tools to be able to customize their experience? You can make your character act like you, look like you. You can make an entirely unique character, or you can create a meme. Something as simple as being able to rename characters in your party can feel engaging, like naming them after friends and family. Boy, that must suck for someone that got picked to be Arab. Silent protagonists are meant to be a vessel for the players to feel engaged in the game world. Games that provide these types of characters are one of the few ways that we can shape someone to be any way that we'd like. This expression of molding is something that God is absolutely familiar with. There are plenty of scriptures in the Bible where it drives home the point that we are made in God's image. In particular, you see these scriptures in Genesis. Of course, you got Genesis 1 verse 27. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. And it's also found in Genesis 9, halfway through verse 6. This is where God establishes a covenant with Noah, in which he says in verse 6, "For in the image of God has God made mankind." However, when talking about the image of God, of course we can't forget about the Son of God himself, that being Christ Jesus. He was God in the flesh who lived among us, thus giving us an idea of who God is. But what mattered more than what he looked like physically was what he did before his time on the cross. Jesus is the living example for all of us to follow. He ate with sinners, he befriended them, he loved them, he obeyed the Father, he put down sin, but never put down the sinner because he loved them that much. God presents opportunities for us to be more like Jesus, just like how in games presents opportunities for us to express ourselves through silent protagonists. Take Joker from Persona 5, for example. Depending on your response, he can be more funny, he can be straightforward, he can be mischievous. It all depends on how you want to play him as. Letting God shape us means having the humility to accept that we aren't the main protagonists in our stories, but God is. And while God doesn't control our actions like we control the actions of protagonists in video games, rest assured he is definitely working behind the scenes 24/7, like the 4D chess master that he is, always coming up with opportunities for us to be more like Jesus and to grow closer to him. Let me end on this. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a follower of Jesus, if you're not. The point is, God has made you in his own image. And you know what? He thinks you're pretty dope. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. If you're looking for a church to be a part of, I am part of a non-denominational church. Down in the description below will be a link to our church locator so you can find one of our churches near you. Also, if you'd like to study the Bible, hop into the Discord and we can set up a Bible study through there. Just want to let you know that I do stream here on YouTube and on Twitch, so feel free to catch me live. Anyways guys, till next time. I should keep that yawn in. That's a blooper.